Welcome to season 2 of Tactical and Practical, Too Tactical, Too Practical. I'm so glad to be back. I'm getting nervous for season 3 of Tactical and Practical called Tokyo Drift, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we're in season 2, and season 2 is sponsored by IntelliGems, the ultimate profit optimization tool. In the last year and a half since I've been a paying IntelliGems customer, it's become an absolute necessity in my tech stack. Now when performance is bad, I don't go and fidget around the ad account. I don't send more emails. Now I just open up IntelliGems and I start testing prices and offers and content on our entire website experience to help improve performance. If you want to add dollars to your bottom line, go to intelligems.io, tell them I sent you, and start making more money today. Now, this episode is going to cover our entire marketing strategy behind a new product launch. If you don't know, I'm Nate Lagos, the VP of Marketing for a regional grain watch company. And on each episode of Tactical and Practical for this season 2, which will run through Q4, I'm going to dig into one tactic that I'm currently using to make us more profit. So today, we're going to talk through our latest product launch. It's 2 brand new watches made from coffee beans sealed in resin and cased in what we're calling an espresso plated stainless steel. First, we got to look at why we chose to launch these in the first place. We chose this material because it taps into a niche that's unexplored for us, but it has a lot of the same characteristics of niches that have performed well for us in the past. Our best-selling collections are made from whiskey barrel wood and guitar tone wood and military ammo crates, materials that people are really passionate about, materials that are extremely personal to people, materials that might remind people of a good time in their life, or at least a meaningful time in their life. We think coffee brings a lot of that to the table as well. People have their favorite blend or their favorite brand or their favorite recipe they like to make in the morning. They physically crave it because we're all caffeine addicts, but mentally it's connected with sometimes their only source of comfort during a stressful morning. So we want to tap into that. And it's important to note here, we're not just picking our favorite things to build around. If that were the case, I would have rather done a watch made from Red Bull cans, because I don't drink coffee at all. But again, we wanted to tap into something that mirrored some of the best qualities of our existing collections and the existing niches we build into. We wanted it to share a lot of those winning qualities. Next, we chose 2 watch styles or silhouettes that we know have worked well for us in the past. Our chrono silhouette is a hit, and this 3-hand resin silhouette has done really well in a couple of styles as well. So we wanted to lean into both silhouettes and colors. We've used this espresso plated seal before. We wanted to lean into as many elements that we know for sure worked as possible. We didn't want to launch a brand new material, brand new inlay, with a brand new platform and silhouette and a brand new colorway. We kind of just wanted to isolate the variables, lean into what's worked best in the past for us on the design front, and then just incorporate this new material and see if we can get it to hit. Now, once the samples were approved, designs were done, we got physical watches in our hands, we made a creative brief and outlined the vibe we wanted to capture in the visual content that connects people from the watch to the thing they're passionate about, which is coffee. And here's some examples of that. I think our creative team absolutely nailed it. From there, it was on me to write copy for the collection. And we're going to cut to a recording of me from about a month ago writing copy for that collection. Copywriter? I barely know her. All right. Come with me to write copy for our new coffee collection of watches. But the first step in writing copy is realizing that I'm not writing copy about these watches. My goal is to write copy for the customers who will buy these watches. So again, we're not going to be super feature heavy. We are going to be very focused on the people who are buying these throughout this process. But I'm just going to pull up my screen. When I write copy, I open up a Google Doc and I open up Chat GPT. And I'll usually start by asking Chat GPT to write 100 unique positive adjectives that could be used to describe a man and a cup of coffee. Our best headline format this year has been adjective plus adjective. Let me actually write this out for you guys. Adjective plus adjective, just like the guys who wear it. So for whiskey, our whiskey collection, we say smooth and unique, just like the guys who wear it. For our collection of high-end automatic watches, we say rugged and dependable, just like the guys who wear them. We want to be speaking positively about the guys we want to wear our watches. I've had the opportunity to write this for some other brands this year as well. One of them was a knife company that we did sharp and reliable, just like the chefs who trust it. And one was a whiskey brand. We did bold and complex, just like those who drink it. So again, we are not writing copy based on features. We kind of want to gas up the customers and their aspirational view of themselves. And showing them that, like, hey, by wearing this watch, you are solidifying your place as being smooth and unique or rugged and dependable or whatever we're going to do for coffee. So, all right, I like bold. Bold has worked well for us before. I like strong too. What's bold and strong sound like? Bold and strong, just like the men who wear it. It's not bad. I really like rich, but I don't want it to be like this watch is only for rich people, not for poor people. I mean more richness of character. What else do we got here? Distinguished, full bodied. I don't think I'd appreciate being called full bodied. Refined. I like refined. Starts with an R2. Rich and refined. Just like the men who wear it. It's not bad. Again, the goal here is to find these adjectives that can describe our watches, can describe the coffee that these guys like to drink, and describe the men themselves. It's probably going to be a boring episode if you're listening to it, audio only, by the way. If you come over to YouTube or come over to my Twitter, you'll be able to see what I'm doing on screen throughout the whole episode. Let's stick with either of these two options. These are going to be our headlines for the landing pages. I always like to tie that headline right back to the thing they're passionate about right away. So I'd say, just like a great cup of coffee, these watches are as bold and as strong as the guys who wear them. So again, that headline can, slightly be misinterpreted when you see that on top of an LP. You don't know that I'm trying to talk about the coffee, the watches, and the men who wear it. So that first sentence, I just kind of like to solidify the positioning around that headline. I'm saying, hey, just like your favorite cup of coffee, or just like a great cup of coffee, these watches are bold and strong, just like you, just like the guys who are gonna wear them. Then this is really the only place I get into features. I'll say inlaid with coffee beans, sealed in resin, encased in espresso plated or black stainless steel. These watches are perfect. I'll come back to ChatGPT and I'll ask it, what could you call someone who loves coffee? Usually when I do this with whiskey or any other thing we write copy about, aficionado and connoisseur are the first ones to come up. Just like a great cup of coffee, these watches are as bold and as strong as the guys who wear them. Inlaid with coffee beans, sealed in resin, and encased in espresso plated or black stainless steel. These watches are perfect for every coffee connoisseur. I like connoisseur there. Let's do that. Now, this next paragraph kind of tees up our call to action. And I want to make sure that we are really just hammering home who these watches are for. So, one thing that we like to do at this point is like include as wide of the spectrum as possible, right? When it comes to people that like coffee, there's guys that make a couple Folgers and drink it black in the morning. There's guys that go get an iced Americano from Starbucks. There's guys that have a machine in their house where they grind up the beans and do the whole routine and like really cherish it. We want to kind of cover that whole gamut. So like the example for whiskey would be like to say, you know, whether you like sipping, you know, high-end bourbons neat or would rather just chug a Jack and Coke, these watches are for you. I got to figure out what the version of that for coffee is. It's just hard for me because I'm a diehard Red Bull guy. I don't drink coffee at all. I like the word cherish. From those who cherish some kind of fancy coffee, that's not going to be the copy, but it's going to be that. To the guys who drink their coffee black, both watches will make an excellent upgrade to their collection. Now, as I rounded this out, I want to make sure that we connect this to kind of the thesis of our brand, which is summed up in our tagline of time well spent. We create watches that remind people of the good times that they've had. So I want to tie this back to like a peaceful, you know, calm morning, sipping your coffee. And maybe that's it. To the from those who cherish fancy stuff, the guys who drink their coffee black, both watches will make an excellent upgrade to their collection and remind them of peaceful mornings sipping their favorite brew. So we've got it connected now to a positive memory in their head or a positive feeling or a positive connection to, you know, what would make them interested in this watch in the first place is the fact that it's made from coffee beans. This represents a passion of theirs. This represents something that, you know, they've enjoyed for years. The call to action is simple. Choose one today. That kind of takes the pressure off of saying like, hey, you don't have to make a decision whether or not to buy this. All you have to do is choose one. It's either or. It's kind of like a presumptive close of being like, hey, like I'm already assuming you're going to buy one of these. All you got to do is choose one. We've seen that work really well. All right. What should I call this? Fancy coffee. Because fancy coffee, I think, is not going to be accepted well by that community. For those who cherish fresh, handcrafted concoctions, to the guys who drink their coffee black, both watches will make an excellent upgrade to their collection and remind them of peaceful mornings sipping their favorite brew. Choose one today. I don't like fresh, handcrafted concoctions. I think I got to get more specific than that. For those who cherish, I want to say like in a specific drink, like an espresso or something. Those who cherish the rich flavor, like that words, those words. Perfect. I say perfect before. Maybe I bring back handcrafted. From those who cherish the rich flavor of a handcrafted espresso to the guys who drink their coffee black, both watches make an excellent upgrade to their collection and remind them of peaceful mornings sipping their favorite brew. Choose one today. I think that's it, folks. Wow, great job. That copywriter is sick. Once the copy was done, my designer used some of that copy and some of those headlines to create 5 ads to promote the new collection. We went with all static ads and similar visual formats to what has worked well for us in the past. Again, we wanted to kind of test as few things as possible when we're launching a new product. So, right, the watch silhouettes were, proven winners. The color was a proven winner. The photo shoot mirrored proven content winners. So did the static ads as well. We wanted to give this thing, our best shot at success. So again, the only new test here is just this new material inlay. So now it's time to roll out the collection. We post a handful, it's like 3 or 4 teasers in the week or so leading up to the drop. We also sent this email asking people to sign up to be first in line for the drop, and they were signing up to enter to win one. This is a giveaway tactic that we've been running for a couple of years now. Part of a mission to get more of our email subscribers onto our SMS list, and just generate hype and maximize new product launches. So then when we get to the day of launch, we text everyone that entered and say, hey, check the website to see if you won. We just launched our coffee collection and announced the winner at the top of the page. This gets everyone to come and check it. Those texts always have like a 95+% click-through rate. It's comical. But everyone rushes to the website. One person wins. We contact them directly. And then everyone else is on the website, on the landing page of the new product we're dropping on the day we're dropping it. It has been massive for our product launch strategy. That day, we also launched ads to promote the new collection. We launched them. We created a new ad set within our master CBO campaign. Super broad targeted, no cost control, straight highest volume. And after all of that, I'm super happy to report that the launch was a huge hit. In fact, we just posted on social media yesterday that these watches are going to sell out pretty soon. So if you know a coffee lover who needs a great Christmas gift, hop on over to originalgrain.com and grab one before they're gone. But that is how we execute one of these kind of, I hate to call it a minor product launch, but it's kind of a minor product launch for us. It's not like we're, when we launched with Jack Daniels or when we launched with Bob Marley, like we put a lot more resources into that. But this was just a quick launch, executed really cleanly, and can't argue with selling out of watches within a couple weeks of launching them. So thank you so much for listening to Tactical and Practical. I will see you next time. Next week's going to be a double episode. I'm going to explain exactly how and why I run Facebook ads. Thanks so much for listening. I'll be here all of Q4 to guide you through some of the most practical marketing advice I can possibly give, and hope this Q4 treats you well. Thank you. See you next week.